Shalom.
You gonna record?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm already recording too, brother.
You got a subject, Monica?
Salake, what was it?
You got a subject?
Oh man, there's a bunch.
What was it again, though, brother? Salake, I couldn't hear you.
You got a subject?
Oh yeah, gone. Everything that's going on. We could talk about the end of the world. What does it mean, though? The end of the world.
Yeah, the missiles.
Yeah, and you know how we had but the thing that's going on in Greenland, where DJ Trump trying to send his soldiers out there to Greenland because he's saying pretty much that Russia and China is gonna go over there, and
Hmm.
he might as well go out there.
That's right.
And I believe it was Denmark that ain't feeling that, or something to do with that.
Yeah, they're sending soldiers over right now.
Yeah, and yeah, is it the country? Is it Denmark though that
Yeah.
they're not feeling that?
Yeah, and they're part of
So
the UN.
hmm so that's prophecy too, because it talks about they shall hate the whore, you know.
Mhm.
So all this is gonna lead to the end of the world. But we know. What one of your brothers could get Ecclesiastes, was it 1 and 6? Yeah, because when people think about the end of the world, some like stupid as what's his name, vocab, N- not vocab, is it? What is it? That's his name, right? Vocab.
Yeah.
He says that the Earth is gonna explode, and like in that Star Wars movie, just gonna be a whole explosion, though.
Yeah, what the
What
scriptures
what do
say.
you need in Ecclesiasticus?
Yeah. I believe it's 1 and 6, 1 or 1 and 5, when it
All
talks
right,
about the Earth abideth.
I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, come.
This is Ecclesiasticus or Sirach 1 and 5. The
Oh,
word
Slakia, Ecclesiastes, Slakia.
Ecclesiasticus or
Oh,
Ecclesiastes.
Ecclesiastes, Slakia.
All right. This is Ecclesiasticus 1 and 5. The word of It says God Most High is the fountain of wisdom, and her ways are everlasting commandments.
Yeah, that was good too, though. But I was Ecclesiastes 1 and 5 or 1 and 6.
1 and 6.
Yeah, the Ecclesiastes. I mean, that one's good too, though.
Right. So you want it in the 1611 in the Apocrypha?
No, Ecclesiastes. The in the Old Testament, Ecclesiastes. When yeah, it's 1 and 4. So like
Ecclesiastes?
yeah, Ecclesiastes 1 and 4. Yeah, because you got this. There's some people that actually believe that the world is gonna get destroyed, even with comets, though. There's some people that you see it in movies too, that asteroids are coming from out of space, though, and then they're gonna hit the Earth, and it's gonna be like that movie. What's it called? Deep Impact.
Hmm.
You know.
So this
So
is I got Ecclesiastes in the
one and
Old
four.
Testament. 1 and 4.
hmm
All right, you got 1 and 4.
Because yeah, Ecclesiastes. Is it Ecclesiastes?
Yeah,
1 and 4.
Ecclesiastes.
It says one generation passeth away, and another generation cometh, but the earth abideth forever.
Yeah. See. Yeah. That's the one. Yeah, because the Earth is always gonna be here. And that's the thing. So when people say like vocab, the world's gonna explode, or there's gonna be asteroids and comets and things like that coming crashing into the Earth, though, that's gonna demolish everything. All that is Hollywood, though. You know. because it told you right there what the brother read though, that the earth abideth forever. You know,
you
so so the end of the world, because there's three definitions for the word world though, and your average Christian can't even break that down. Because there's the world, that talks about the actual earth, right? And there's the world which is cosmos, you know, and then there's the other world which means like a timeline, like
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. And we know that, the words, like I said, the earth abideth forever though. So, it's the end of, can you get when you brothers get that Esau is the what's
I
that?
just got it right here. I got it.
Yeah, yeah, come on, Dave. Want to get down?
It's Second Ezra 6 and 9. For
Yeah.
Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth.
Yeah, see? So that means someone rulership is going down, which is Esau's, and Jacob is the one that followeth though. So, that means, you know, and who is Esau? You got to know who Esau is. It's a proclaimed white man, you know?
Dang.
So his rulership is going down.
Uh, can I read up a couple more verses?
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
Con, if you want to break it down too.
it says, "Then answered I and said, What shall be the parting asunder of the times?" Meaning, when shall be the end of the world? You know,
Mhm.
or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth?
Mm.
With see, end of the rulership. And then he said unto me, From Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. There it is. That's the pulling out of rulership.
Yeah, yeah,
The end of his world, you know, and the
yeah.
beginning of our world.
God.
yeah,
And oh, Slacky, bro.
and right now they're on the news. It says the National Guard mobilized into Minnesota. So
Oh shit.
not good.
Yeah. And even experts are saying that it's close to the end to the nuclear war.
Like 3 seconds away or something. The doomsday clock.
Yeah, I was gonna Google that real quick.
Oh yeah, doomsday
The
clock.
doomsday clock.
I'll
It's
Google
like
it.
see what the time is at.
Cause
It's close to midnight, you know.
yeah, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I remember hearing it a couple minutes away from midnight.
Yeah, and once midnight strikes, you know,
Boom.
um, it's
Well,
like a
shit.
lot of bad things.
Hey,
A lot
it
of bad
it said
things.
Talakia. It says it's 89 seconds to midnight now.
Damn, see that?
I don't know if you can
So
see it.
at
Oh
midnight,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
they show you that a lot of bad things happen at midnight.
And that's
yeah.
that's when the demons come out and all that stuff. And we call it the witches' hour.
Done. That's the
Damn.
time where crime, the crime, prostitution, the drugs, people, partying, adultery, all that shit happens around that time.
Because it's the middle of the night when the sun's not out, and
Yeah,
you could do what you want. You know,
yeah.
you could
That's
get
the
away. You could get away with crime. You know.
mhm.
Can I read this?
Yeah.
This is for the brotherhood that doesn't know what a doomsday clock is. It said, what is the doomsday clock? The doomsday clock is a design that warns the public about how close we are to destroying our world with dangerous technologies of our own making.
Damn.
Dang. See, so Esau's the one who's killing himself. You know, because he's the one that made all this. Uh, you know.
I got a preset. Can I get a preset real quick?
Yeah.
And speaking on that, right? So there's Isaiah 54:16. It says, "Behold, I have created a smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work, and I have created the waster to destroy.
Yep. A waster, which is the wasteland. You know.
Yeah,
Have
because
you
we know
brothers
America is
seen
gonna be the wasteland.
Have you brothers seen that movie Tron 2025?
No,
No.
I haven't seen it though, but it's on HBO, I believe, right? Or
Man,
on
it's pretty good. And then there's a Running Man on Paramount Plus. That one's good.
yeah, yeah,
It
yeah,
shows
yeah.
the end of the world, but it also shows a brother in a garment in the beginning with the Bible in it, and it's giving the like the warning because you know how the prophets are the warning before the world ends.
Mm.
That one's good.
It goes to show that these devils know the prophets though. Like they know, man. They're all they're doing is predictive programming though. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was there more on that though? Or?
Uh, nah.
Okay.
I got a precept.
Yeah, Conquer.
This is Second Ezra 1:6. Because of the sins of their fathers are increased in them, for they have forgotten me and have offered unto strange gods. And that's what's going on because everybody doesn't want to admit that the Lord is a black man and that the tribes are Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and that they're cursed because of their father's sins, and then that the world has to end because of that. Because it's, you
Mhm.
know they're up to here. But Esau is the one that's running the game right now, and you know he has sins too, and the sins of his father is Cain, right, the murderer,
The murder. Yeah.
and then he's the one that's offering the God of Jesus, the white Jesus, and making the people fall off and not remember who they really are. So the world has to start all over again.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
because
get
that's prophecy though.
I get Revelation. Revelation 8:5. For her sins are piled as high as heaven, and the Most High remembers her evil deeds. Like the brother was saying, it's too much sin already. You know, already piled up to Most High, where Most High's already fed. So,
Yeah, I got a preset too of
yeah, kind
yeah, because the brother said about, Esau, because it's Revelation 20:7, it says, and when the 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison.
and,
See? And that's the thing, because the devil,
he's loose
you know,
right now,
his yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So he's loose right now.
you could even ask
Yep.
your AI on your phone, and then it'll agree with you. And after a certain point, it'll say too many questions. So the brother Markov asked to Google up "hate the harlot." Did you say hate the harlot or something else?
Oh, yeah, I think I was talking about Revelation, the 18th chapter, right? When it talks about the sins, I believe
Well,
so. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The
I
harlot,
asked
yeah, yeah.
I asked Google,
Yeah.
but it didn't give me Revelation 18. It gave me Revelation 17 and 16,
Oh,
which
I think it was that one then.
which describes the future destruction of Babylon the Great. And you
Mhm.
said prostitution, harlot, and that's what it mentions, represents a corrupt global system identified as false religious or political identity that seduces nations and persecutes believers. This is AI telling you. I'm not the one.
Yeah.
And then the haters, the 10 horns, 10 kings, and the beast, political power. So they're going off on that. It's the UN, right? We all know it's the UN.
Hmm.
And then the action, the powers that once allied with the harlot will turn against her in a moment of violent hatred. And that's what's going on right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody's on them right now.
Yeah, because Trump's he's a madman, but Trump is just DJ Trump, TJT, just doing his job right now, and he's pissing off his own alliance though, which that's a prophecy I believe in the book of Obadiah. I could look for that.
I get this. Revelation 18:4. Then I heard another voice from heaven say, "Come out of her, my people, so that you will not share in her sins or contract any of her plagues." So when it says, "Come out of her, my people," that's talking about us getting beamed up into the UFOs
Yeah, yeah.
snatching up the 144 and saving them from the destruction. Because if we share the sins, or then as it said, so that you will not share in her sins or
Mhm.
contract any of her plagues.
Man, she
And
said
plague,
that.
one of the plagues is those missiles, man.
Yeah,
Dang, that's the final plague.
I got a precept.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's Obadiah 20, verse 21 and the NLT because the brother says that we're going to get beamed up. Those who have been rescued will go up to Mount Zion in Jerusalem to rule over the mountains of Edom, and Yahushua himself will be king. You know, Yahweh Shem Yahushua will be king. And we're going to have to rule with them. And one of those things we're going to do is, like your brother said, we're going to, first thing we're gonna, is you're going to know when you're getting beamed up. Okay, you know, did it.
Yep.
The body's gonna change though, you know.
Because his body is weak.
Hmm. Yeah, when the brother's talking about, he's talking about it talks about it in First Corinthians, you know. Many scriptures though, even I could get was the wisdom of Solomon. Is it the fifth chapter or the sixth chapter? When it talks about the is it the fifth chapter? When it talks about they're gonna be in derision, you know, with these other heathens gonna see the elect though beamed up though they're gonna be in derision. Um, it's like I don't was it
Oh,
is it was
is it the strangeness of thy
yeah,
salvation?
yeah,
Okay,
kind. If you got that one, yeah.
I'll get it.
Yeah, yeah, because the heathens they're gonna look at the elect though as like what the hell these spicks and niggas though they're getting beamed up though, but what the hell? What about us? They're gonna say what about us?
Dang. Yep. Let's see.
Strangeness. Let's look for the word strangeness. And
Yeah, it's a wisdom of Solomon. 5. Let's see.
Is it 5 and 2, 5 and
Yeah.
1?
Should I start at 1?
Yeah, yeah, gone.
Wisdom of Solomon. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him and made no account of his labors.
And isn't that what we're doing right now?
mhm.
Yeah. The righteous man, which is Jacob. Jacob's the righteous man.
Hmm.
Yeah. And standing in the face of Esau, the one that afflicted him.
Yeah, yeah.
Ooh. All right. So it said Denmark, Norway. Let me see. Let me get. This is not good. It said Denmark, Norway, Sweden, France, Germany, the United Kingdom, Netherlands, and Finland. Oh, they're all gonna go and you know do something about the Norway thing, the Greenland thing, because they're all getting tariffed right now for that oil.
Damn,
And if you haven't noticed, the gases prices went down a little bit.
went down. Yeah.
So you know, man, that's bad, right? Because that signifies that there's a surplus of oil. Where'd you get it from? And do you kidnap Maduro? And Maduro said that he's a real Jew. He's a Sephardic Jew. And then he's saying that all Latinos are Russia are Jews. So it's not just a strike against people. It's a strike against the Lord's people. The Israelites.
Hmm.
I got this Psalms 118 and 14. Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is my strength and song, and has become my salvation. because like the brother Emma was saying, we're gonna get beamed up, and every time I see a movie and there's like a spaceship or a UFO or something crazy, I'm like, yeah, I can't wait for that because what are we waiting for? We ain't waiting for nothing. What's gonna happen for us?
What's yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah. Let me get finish off with this. Wisdom of Solomon 5:2. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation. So far,
Yeah,
so far beyond all that they looked for.
you know what that
Yeah.
terrible fear is? That terrible fear is part of it is gonna get is you beaming up, and part of it is the chariots, and part of it is the destruction. And while they're being destroyed, they're like, "Why?" Like the brothers Mark Cobb said, "Why are they getting saved?" You know,
Mhm.
I believed in sweet Jesus my whole life. Why are these Negroes in Spicks being saved? That's gonna be terrible for them because they're gonna be like they know the Bible, right? So their white supremacy knows the Bible and they're using it to use for their purpose. So when they see us getting beaten up, they're gonna know, "Oh, shit, these are the judges. These are the righteous judges," and they're gonna come back and they're gonna fuck us up.
Yeah.
Which is true. Which is true. You know, while you're going up, you're gonna be crying. You're gonna be like relieved. You're gonna be like, finally. It's gonna be like you just won the lottery. And then when you get in there, it's gonna be a ceremony, and you're gonna get a crown, and you're gonna get your power, and you get your orders. And who knows how much time has been passed? Maybe 6 years, 12 years, maybe 20 years have passed. While these people are fucking each other up, we don't know how much time has passed, but it could be fast, it could be slow, but they're still gonna remember that when we come back down, they still got to deal with us. Because
Yeah, 'cause I gotta oh,
what
sorry.
goes up must come down, right?
Mhm.
That's a terrible thing. Like imagine everybody that did what's his name, Abba Bivens wrong. When he
Oh,
comes
yeah.
down, he's gonna put hands on the.
Those fucking niggas, eh?
And it might not even be them alive still. It might be their grandchildren. You know, and they're gonna be terrified. You know, what did we ever do to you? Don't worry about it. You're gonna find out. Hey, you know.
Yeah, like in Revelation, the first chapter and seventh, when it talks about, when Yahweh shall come in and those that pierced him, you know, they want those Romans from back then, but it is them though, but just in different, different flesh though, but it was them though, of the Romans that pierced Yahweh Shai though, so he's good.
Yeah.
They're gonna be like, what you know what you did, you
Mhm. I
know?
got a precept. I got a precept for that. Psalms 21:5. His glory is great in thy salvation. Honor and majesty hast thou laid upon him, because we take that name serious. We take the the burden of words serious. We're doing our job seriously, and we're giving him glory by that. So of course, every messenger is gonna get his reward, and everybody's gonna be eager to come down and fucking put hands on somebody. You might not even get a chance to. You know, you're not the only one who wants to get down on here, but there's gonna be certain people that are gonna like the elect. They're gonna be the hunters, right? So
Yeah,
just
yeah,
just imagine, just imagine what it takes to do that. Like in order for you to hunt, you can't just go out in one day and shoot something. You have to go out and stalk it, look at its behavior, study it, know where it's gonna be, know how to get to it, cut it off at the pass, know when it's gonna eat, know when it's gonna water. It's not a fucking it's like Predator, man. You'll be hiding because these white boys, they can hide for hours. I can't do that. I'll be like moving. Like
mhm,
so that's why it's terrible because we're gonna be popping out of different dimensions. We're not gonna be playing by these rules, you know? We're not gonna be
Mhm.
playing by these rules. Like, if I could just reach out and touch whatever your garment, you would be scared, right? That would be scary. Like, here you are, an Edomite watching a video, and then we reach out and strangle you, you know?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
So his glory is great, in thy salvation, because your salvation is for a great purpose. Like, whenever we do a lesson, like, and I look at you guys, and I see you guys trying so hard, like, you deserve a crown, right? So it's gonna be great. It's not gonna be like we might not even recognize each other, you know? It's gonna be a different body, a different spirit. Just like right now, the spirit is being laid on the earth, like with the fog. It's thick and heavy. It's
Yeah.
thick and heavy, and a lot of people died. There's no mercy in there's no like, oh man, this guy's got a family. No, he's part of it.
Yeah.
He's part of it. Part of the judgment, part of the judgment. So we should be really happy, if we're not part of the judgment.
I get I get a scripture. Revelation 18:1. And after these things, I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. The, the earth
Yeah.
was lightened with that angel's glory, because remember the angels are holding back the four winds, holding
Yeah.
back the destruction. But uh, at this time, the angel is lighting up the earth, you know.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
And then it says, and he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird.
okay.
So Babylon is fallen,
Mhm.
Yeah.
you know.
I believe the brother asked for Obadiah 1:7.
Uh,
Remember a while ago?
was it
All
one
the
seven though?
let me just get it. All the
Yeah.
men
Yeah.
of all the men of the confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him.
Yeah.
So
So
basically,
all these. Oh, so like,
no,
yeah.
go ahead, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, yeah, because what this president is doing, though, all these the NATO, the EU, they're gonna go against the America, man.
Mhm.
You
Dang,
know.
dang, yep. Oh,
Oh,
let me get the Revelation 18:3, because you said all the nations are gonna go against her. It says,
mhm.
for all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed wit through the abundance of her delicacies. See, so they all drunk of her wine. So, but now they're starting to see, they're starting to see that they drunk her wine.
Yeah, because one of those things is the abundance of the delicacy is right now gas is pretty cheap, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
But how did that gas become cheap? Well, in Venezuela, you this dude DT set up and the way they did it, they said it was overnight, and they used supersonic weapons and this and that, and all the UN and NATO's they're trying to buy those weapons, right? But they don't wanna pay those prices, and they say, "How come your oil's so cheap?" Well, because we have distilleries in Venezuela, and how do you get control of that? First, you set up that president, right? Remember that a while ago, the president said, uh, "There's a imposter trying to be the president." Maduro was like, this dude set himself up to be the president by proxy. So the United States set up a fucking government system to already be in place for this to happen. Not only that, the reason why Nobody likes a bully. Nobody likes a bully. But Esau is a man. The man. I'm not gonna lie, man. The way he uses weapons, like they said the people were bleeding from their ears and noses and they couldn't even move. And it was like 300
Mhm.
people died and only 20 fucking soldiers entered.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Only 20 of them.
Only fucking 20 of them against the whole country. Of course. Of course. Man, people are going to be sick of your shit. Like right now is the gas is cheap. 3.99 for the good stuff at Chevron. And Chevron is a company that it has a distillery in Venezuela.
Yeah, yeah, they do. That company does. Yeah.
Bing bong. Buy me some dinner, you know? Of course the gas is going to be cheap, man. Fuck.
Yeah.
But at what cost?
hmm I got a precept.
Uh,
Yeah, this the because you're talking about America, man, right? So this is Jeremiah 50 and 23. It says, "How is the hammer, which the hammer is the USA, America, of the earth cut asunder and broken? How is Babylon become a desolation among the nations?" Because a hammer, what it does, either it fixes or it breaks things,
Damn.
and this motherfucker is not going to the different countries and fixing shit. You know, he's the hammer is America, and he's destroying, and he's just doing what the hell they want though, because it says it here, and asunder and broken, how has Babylon become a desolation among the nations? Because all these countries are getting fed up with this fucking place.
Damn.
so let,
You
let me
Yeah.
get this. Let me get this. Revelation 18 and 6. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her double according to her works in the cup which she had filled in the cup which she had filled to her double. Meaning we're gonna put double slavery on Esau.
yeah.
So right now on the news, they were showing that one dude that he was set up by the IDF or to say that he was going to go to Washington D.C. and burn the Quran or burn Qurans or do something. But the people in Minnesota went and they grabbed his ass up. You know, they they're tired of that shit. You know, and
hmm
it makes a lot of sense that somebody's got to be tired of it. Somebody has to be like, man, enough of this, because it doesn't even seem like it's real. Let me get a precept. I got Isaiah 30 and 2. Well, let's see. I'm gonna start at 1. Woe to the rebellious children, saith Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, that take counsel, but not of me, that cover with the covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin, that walk to go down into Egypt, and have not asked at my mouth, to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. So right now it's a lot of people that are trusting in this dude, and they're some of our people. And then whenever Trump talks bad about our people, they're like, it ain't about me. It's about them. No, it's about you too.
hmm Yeah, that's right. Yeah, because all it took is some Edomite looking woman to get shot in the face and killed for it become riots in nations. When it's like these people have been taking our people, for many months now, but it just took this one Edomite looking lady to get, unalive for it become riots and protests and things like that. So where was all this energy back when our people are still getting snatched up? But it
Hmm.
took this though, you know.
Yeah.
So it's a hypocrite ass place right here in America, man, and it's just wicked right here, man. You know what I mean? And it just needs to get taken down, and that's just the reality, though, man.
Yeah.
Uh, I got this back in Revelation 18 and 7. How much she had glorified herself and lived deliciously. So much torment and sorrow give her. For she saith in her heart, I sit a queen, and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. And that's America.
Hmm.
That's it's talking about her, which is the whore. It's saying she sits like a queen, but it's and she sits deliciously, you know. And I'm gonna keep going. Therefore shall her plague come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire. For strong is Yahweh Bashim Shai who judgeth her. See,
Hmm.
her plagues will be in one day. Uh,
Yep. I got a precept for
death
you. Oh,
and
I'm
famine.
sorry. So, you ready?
Huh.
So, like the brother was saying, um, this is Amos 9:1. I saw the Lord standing upon the altar, and he said, Smite the lintel of the door, that the post may shake, and cut them in the head, all of them. And I will slay the last of them with the sword. He that fleeth of them shall not flee away, and he that escapeth of them shall not be delivered. Though they dig into hell, thence shall mine hand take them down. Though they climb up to heaven, thence will I bring them down. Like
Yeah.
the brother was saying, he ain't gonna hide. He ain't gonna hide.
Yeah. Damn. Because this devil, he tries to be the most high and tries to make himself try to go to heaven. You know,
Yeah.
but the most high's gonna pull him down.
Yeah, right now they got that those satellites, that like they're doing how we have 6G now. Well, their internet connection is a little bit faster than that, and they're up there, and they got space stations, and they got solar plants. They got a bunch of shit up there, but they, they're proud of it, but they don't ever think, man, maybe we're doing something that we shouldn't be doing. Like, because it says that Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is going to take that down, but, before he takes it down, he's going to let them use the toys. It's like you're a dad, and you buy your son a toy, and he's using it, and then he breaks it. But in this instant, Esau has a toy, which is the laser. He's got a laser in space. China's got lasers in space. Man, there's so much trash in in like not space, but in the heaven, in the second heaven, in between, or the third heaven, how we would say, like they're fighting up there for space, for like control of that space, so that they can control the Earth. And if their internet's one thing to look at, they got some fast internet. Communication is important because that's how 20 men took everybody down. They jammed their communications. They jammed their radar, jammed their communication, their listening devices. Their ears got plugged up. That must have been scary.
Yeah.
And remember, the sword is Esau. But when you read about the sword, you're not reading about a sword. You're reading about a man who's fucking deadly. The art of war. You know
Yeah. Yeah. So he's the hammer.
exactly because the hammer is a tool, right? And
Yeah.
this dude's building stuff. Like he's building stuff to support his idea that, like Amma once said, that he calls himself a god. He calls himself a god because look at what Trump's doing. He's not asking permission for anything. Hey,
Yeah. 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 He just that motherfucker just said, "I'm gonna call the Gulf of Mexico Gulf of America." So that's just an example.
Dang.
He just
He,
said,
think- yeah.
"Yeah."
He thinks he could do anything. You know.
Yeah.
oh,
I got a precept. Oh, see that.
Kind of.
2 Thessalonians 2 and 3, it says, Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that the man of sin be revealed, and the son of perdition. And it says, for who opposed and exalted himself above all that is called God, or that is worship, so that he, as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. So that's what this devil is doing, man. You know?
I got a precept for you.
Uh,
This is Amos 9:3. And though they hide themselves in the top of Carmel, I will search and take them out thence. And though they be hid from my sight in the bottom of the sea, thence will I command the serpent, and he shall bite them. So remember the Leviathan, you still got to worry about that. Yeah, you got a big fight coming. There's a big fucking fight coming.
I'll get a preset for that. Revelation 8, back in Revelation 18 and 15, the merchants of these things, which were made rich by her, shall stand afar off for the fear of her torment, weeping and wailing. That, like saying, all the nations are going to be um, against her, and then when they finally see her destruction, they're going to say this. And saying, alas, alas, the great city that was clothed in fine linen and purple and scarlet and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, for in 1 hour so great riches is come to naught.
Mm.
1 hour though.
Remember all those riches, man, because right now they're taking over Greenland, taking over Venezuela, they're taking over this, they're taking over that. But the thing that makes me quit, not question anything, but understand that the prophecy is coming to true, is people forget. People forget that Venezuela put 500 billion tons of gold in the London Treasury. You know, and if that's their Venezuela's gold, somebody has to control it. But if you take away the president, he no longer has control. You put in another president, that's the person in control of that resource. So, those are
Uh,
the resources that we're gonna be having. They say Esau is the end of the world, but they don't understand that really he is the end of the world.
what it tells you in Matthew the 24 chapter talks about, for the elect's sake though, the time is shortened though, because this devil continues to rule, man. We all be dead, man. We'll all be consumed though, you know.
It's gonna be bad.
But yeah, shit, all these chemicals, everything, literally like chemicals in the air, the food, the water, all this shit, man. And this devil still continues though. The new cancers are gonna come from the radiation of the water. If this devil just continues to rule like this, we all be dead, man. So for
Okay.
the elects, yeah, yeah, come, you know. So that's why this devil needs to stop though, because if not, we're all gonna be dead though, But for the elect's sake, though, the time is gonna be shortened, though, So that we see that time coming right now, everything is going on, the prophecies coming about and things like that. So this devil got to be stopped, though, and the only one to stop it, is Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Shai being the right hand with the angels, you know, and that's what this brother read though in Revelation, though, within an hour, though. So that means Yahweh Shai and the angels, and they're gonna get busy on that day.
Dang. I got a precept for you since you said that.
Yeah.
Amos 9:9. For lo, I will command, and I will sift the house of Israel among all nations, like as corn is sifted in a sieve, yet shall not the last grain fall upon the earth. Man. So basically, it's like when you shake something, like it has to fall off the tree, right? And when something falls off the tree, it's no longer part of that tree. So those people, man, there's gonna be a lot of people dying. There's gonna be a lot of people dying. And let's see, let me get it in Matthew. Matthew, I believe it's Matthew 13, where it's like, or Mark 13, the wheat and the grain.
Oh, the we and the terrors.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think it's Mark.
I believe it was Matthew's 13 though. Yeah.
Okay, okay. My bad. Let me go back to that. 13. So the wheat and the tares, that's what it's talking about, like corn, like it's gonna sift it like corn. So you take the corn and then you fucking. I don't know if your brothers ever had to do that, but in Mexico, when we feed the animals, you get a corn husk from the whatever you grew, and you just take all the seeds out, and then you throw it out, and the chicken will eat it, and the chicken won't eat the bad stuff. Like those, they're picky,
Mm,
right? So in the same way, Yahweh's gonna. It said nothing's gonna land on the earth, so everything's gonna get harvested, either for this or for
okay.
that, for salvation or for slavery. It's really bad.
Okay.
So it says the sower explained, and I'm just gonna get to end. Uh, Matthew 13:30. Let both grow together until the harvest, and in the time of harvest, I will say to the reapers, gather ye together first the tares, and bind them in bundles to burn them, but gather the wheat into my barn. And like Brother Amon was saying, we're gonna get beamed up. That's the barn,
Mm-hmm. The barn.
and this is a time of sifting. They're gathering all the fucking tares. Because who's dying first? Not the elect, right? Well, I hope not. I hope I don't. I'm not misquoting the Bible, but it seems to me like we're gonna be saved because of how we act against evil. But at the same time, who's gonna be killed first, right? It says right here, though, the wheat, I mean the tares,
2/3.
bind them into
Yeah.
bundles
2/3
so that they
first.
can be burned.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound pretty good, right?
Yeah. Even those Edomites that look like Jake though, but you know what I mean though, but they're actually Edomites. They might look like Jake though. Those motherfuckers are done too. You know, they're terrorists.
Man, it's a bad time. It's a bad time. I mean, I'm not laughing because it's bad. I'm laughing because we're almost out of here.
Yeah, rejoicing though. You know.
My God, man.
So do you see? So the brother, when we speaking on this, yeah, it's a bad time, but at the same time, it's a good time for the elect though, because the time is, the rulership of this devil is it's already done though, man. It's already coming down already though. Circling around the drain. So a lot of well, it talks about the miseries. I believe in the book of Second Ezra's. I believe it talks about the many miseries. And that many miseries is for the. It's not gonna be for like the elect. It's gonna be for the other people. I'll try to look for that precept though. The many miseries.
What's it called? Many Miseries?
Yeah, I believe it's in the book of Second Ezra's. Talks
Oh,
about the many miseries.
I'll look for it.
Yeah, I think it's Second Ezra's 8 and 50. I believe.
Okay. You
Yeah,
got it?
Second Ezra's 8 and 50.
Oh shit! But I looked it up on Google, so let me get some information first.
Yeah, yeah, go on.
It says many miseries refers to the widespread suffering and distress or affliction, often appearing in a religious or philosophical text like Second Esdras, to be described
Yeah.
could be describe the challenges of the world or spiritual past, stemming from pride, attachment, or material condition. Basically, it's prophecy, right? It's prophecy happening. That's what's
hmm
happening. And where did you say it was, brother?
Second Ezra's is it? Second Ezra's 8 and 50.
Okay, got it right here.
Oh no. Oh, is it?
Yeah, it is. Second Esdras 8 and
Yeah. Okay.
50. For many great miseries shall be done to them in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. That one's it.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, right there. So that's happening right now. Latter times. It talks about the late latter times though. So we are in those latter times though. And people are walking around like their shit don't stink though. and they don't see everything that's going around them, you know?
All right. I got some more information on the doomsday clock because you said that they don't spell the what's going. They don't see what's happening. But it says when the doomsday clock was created in 1947, the greatest danger to humanity came from nuclear weapons, in particular from the prospect that the United States and the Soviet Union were headed for a nuclear arms race, and thus those ICBMs. They don't see that
Mhm.
all this is happening is going to lead to that. They're going to be the just look at what, and I'm telling you, and everybody understands now. Look at what Trump did with 20 soldiers, 20 fucking soldiers
Yeah, that's
to a whole
fucking nuts,
country,
yeah.
to a whole country, and there was, and the thing is, there was other countries that they had to pass by to get to that country, so nobody knew about them. You
Yeah, that's
know,
Esau though.
that's Esau, sneaky ass motherfucker. But guess
Sneaky
what?
ass nigga, yeah.
That's his sword, and people don't see that. If you can't beat the bully, you're gonna have to die with him. You know, there's a lot of documentaries where big giant snakes die with stuff in their stomach because the whatever they killed and tried to eat died in the battle. They both died in the battle because that, his mouth got too big and he wants the world and he's trying to take it by force. And then other people, other like Russia's gonna be like, beep, you know, they're gonna be in their bunkers or hiding some so far away, shooting off missiles that are gonna affect other people. And that's part of the reason why, they invented the doomsday clock to let people know, look, this we're this close to this happening.
Yeah. And that's prophecy though, you know, because there's no, you know, when it talks about missiles, missiles are mentioned in the scriptures though, you know. So you can't say, oh, what are you talking about the missiles though? Yeah, well, missiles are called the arrows, you know, in the scriptures.
Right.
Joel, the second chapter talks about them. Second Ezra, I believe the 16 talks about the arrow,
Yeah. And then
you
the
know.
so it's also showing the you see here the big clocks is saying what dates the time move forward on the doomsday
Oh,
clock.
okay, okay.
So 2015 it was 3 minutes away, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then 2018 is when Mr. Trump was first elected, 2 minutes. And then up from then up, 2020, 100 seconds, 2023, 90 seconds, 2025, 89 seconds. you know, it's like this dude, he's a devil. He's speeding up the clock.
Yeah. And that's prophecy when I said about for the elect's sake, that time will be shortened though. Because you see everything that's going on right now, you know damn well we don't got no, I don't I doubt we got another 5 years in this place,
Mhm.
you know. 5 years will be like too much of an extent though, you know? That's already like too much though, you know? So if you know it could happen this year, it could happen next year, you know? I mean, we know that we want it to happen though, but man, you can see it happening this year, you know, or next year.
I got Matthew's 24 and 22 for you. Let's see. It says, if those days, and this is in the NIV, if those days had not been cut short, no one would survive. For the sake of the elect, those days will be shortened. Mhm.
See,
I can't, I
that's right.
can't, I can't imagine that the Most High would be like, man, this devil is going too far. We have to speed this up just in case. So
I got
it,
to
go
Oh,
ahead.
okay. No, I was gonna say, that same precept that you read, I went into the Pastor Bible and the pretty much the breakdown of that precept, right? And it says Satan and evil men will not have time to do all they would like to do. Observe that God can regulate times and activities on earth for the sake of his special people, the chosen. So that's pretty much what that broke down to, that precept right there.
Mm,
So it says activity on earth for the sake of his special people, the chosen, which we know the Israelites were part of the 144,000,
yeah. Right now, I'm on what is it? The Bible Hub, and you know how it has the precept right here, and then it has a context, and then it
Yeah,
has
yeah, yeah.
the cross reference. Well, in Daniel 12:1, it says, "At that time, Michael, the great prince who stands watch over your people, will rise up. There will be a time of distress, the likes of which will not have occurred from the beginning of nations until that time. But at that time, your people, everyone whose name is found written in the book, will be delivered." Oh, shit.
Yeah, yeah,
And that's what the whole Bible is talking about. Like the people, the Israelites, the people, the people, the people, the Lord of
hmm
the people, the real king of the people, the king of the earth, the king of the kings. It's talking about Yahushua and his people. That's it. Nobody else.
yeah. Because the thing is, like, if because I'll get this precept too, real quick, unless brother's got something right now. Um, I'll get Malachi 3 and 3 and 6. It says, "For I am the Most High; I change not. Therefore, ye sons of Jacob are not consumed."
Mm.
You know, because if it wasn't, we would be done already. What we've been through as Israelites though throughout the times though, we should have been extinct though. You know, but with the mercies of Yahweh by Shem Shai, like we're able to to live throughout all those times that we were taken into captivity and what we went through as a nation though. But since we're the chosen, which is brother speaking of, the Most High has mercy on us though. Because the Most High could have just gotten done away with us, a long time ago.
Yep. I got a precept for you. This is Jeremiah 30:7. How awful that day will be. None will be like it. It is the time of Jacob's distress, but he will be saved out of it.
Yeah, see, and saying that's the thing though, they'll be saved out of it though, because I mean, we're already like in Jacob's trouble though, because everything that's going on, we're there. You know, you can't tell me we're not there already though. At a time we're like, well, it's coming up, but we're already there with the nice baby that those agency, the way they be treating our people, and come on, man, they just unalive Edomite looking woman though. Come on now. So Jacob's trouble is Esau's trouble too, man, and these other nations' trouble, man.
Yeah. And then on the speaking of the nice agents, um, some people just videotape them, like make sure they record all the things, which is pretty weird, right? They're recording all these agents and doing stuff, but they're not stopping them. So,
hmm
it's a planned red herring, whatever you want to call it, because if you're recording and not doing anything, you're helping them out.
Yeah, yeah,
Recording ain't nothing. You could record a volcano, but if you didn't tell the people that live down by the volcano, you didn't do anything. You
yeah,
just helped
yeah,
it. You know, just imagine if if a nice agent went to a place where you're at and there was people there, and then they try to abduct somebody. Do you think people would let that happen? I don't
yeah.
know. I'm not
No.
sure that they would just sit there and let it happen, you know? Because the one thing that happens is when somebody cries out, like everybody is alerted, right? Because the Bible says the man on the watchtower, right? He lets everybody know with the trumpet, you know? So that noise is supposed to scare you and alarm you, like, what the fuck's going on? Like, of
I
course,
don't know.
if a child is on riding a bike and is getting chased by a dog, you're gonna try to help that motherfucking kid, you know? If somebody gets in a car wreck and you're looking at it, you're gonna either call the police or you're gonna get out and see if everything's okay. The thing that I'm saying is people don't like to see bad things happen. People don't like to see that. People don't like to see that. Yeah. And if you do, you're an Edomite and you're crazy, and you need to get fixed.
That's
So I
right.
got I got a preset. Joel 2:32, and everyone who calls on the name of Yahweh will be saved. For on Mount Zion and in Jerusalem there will be deliverance, as Yahweh Shem Yahushai had promised among the remnant called by Yahweh Shem Yahushai. So,
Yeah.
if you cry out for help, you know, you're probably gonna get it.
Yeah.
You're probably gonna get it. Like, man, unless it's ordained by Yahweh Shem Yahushai that you should suffer that, then you're gonna suffer that. But
Yeah.
for the most part, you know, somebody's like, help, you're probably gonna help. Everybody's gonna do their part. And if you don't, that's okay because maybe you weren't supposed to. I didn't know if everybody noticed, but there was a protest a couple of weeks ago in Hanford, and it was about ICE agents, right? People, but it was a little bit of people. So I those people would probably do something, right? Most people don't like to sit there and watch bad things happen. Like I don't think so. You know,
Mhm.
I got
Yeah,
another
that's true
precept.
though.
I got another precept. Sorry about that. Amos 9 verses 8 and 9. Surely the eyes of Yahweh Shem Yahushai Elohim are on the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it from the face of the earth. Yet I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, declares Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. For surely I will give the command, and I will shake the house of Israel among the nations, as grain is sifted in the sea, but not a pebble will reach the ground. So that's a terrible thing, right? Amongst all these terrible things, you're gonna be saved, and you're gonna be fucking grateful. You know?
I get a preset. I got a preset. Revelation 18 and 20. Rejoice over her, thou heaven, and ye holy apostles and prophets, for the Most High hath avenged you on her. So that's why we should be happy that this place is going down, because um, the Most High is gonna save his holy prophets. You know.
Yeah.
And then it keeps going. And a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea, saying, thus with violence shall the great city Babylon be thrown down, and shall be found no more at all.
Damn.
It's
And that's
going to be
the
thrown down like a millstone.
yeah, and that's
You know,
the camp Great Millstone, and what that represents is the
we're
truth,
gonna
right? The
we're
truth,
gonna wrap ourselves around Esau's neck. You know,
and in the sea is the midst of the people, right? And who lives in the sea? Who's going to rise up out of the sea? Like the dragon, right? The Esau. So,
Oh, that's right.
and then we're going to prophesy, and then it says, "Thus, this place will be struck down." That's a prophet, right? So, this is the time. Time to get right. Time to change what the fuck you're doing.
Yeah. The grace period right now, like literally a grace period right now, because I mean, the brother, they canceled your channel, huh? I believe, right?
Yeah,
Moana.
I'm on. They took it down your channel,
oh yeah,
Yeah.
calm
I
my
believe
chat. I
is it
was
suspended or?
I had just hit 1,000 videos. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
All that truth's gone.
because this is already the second time already, right? Or third time that they
yeah.
canceled your channel, huh?
Like third time. Shit.
Yeah, yeah.
So you can't
You
even
see what
say
I'm
nothing.
saying?
Can't even say nothing.
So that goes to show you that we're at war. You know, we got the truth, and they're trying to hide the truth. You know,
Yeah, and that's the grace period that we're talking about, you know, because it's gonna be no longer us speaking to the internet, you know, the unicorn, and they could just like in one button, man, press of a button, they could just shut us down, you know?
but like the scriptures say, the devil uh, can't stop this thing because he can't take down but all the brothers video. Can't take down all the brothers' channels.
And,
He can't fix
Yeah.
because that's what he would try to do. And there's other platforms, but still, man, it's hard to start all over again. He had 1,000 videos. It's hard to start all over again. And the reason why Esau does that is to try to break the spirit, but you can't break the spirit. Yeah,
And it was like his brother already had like 100 subscribers, man, you know? And then it's like when he reaches like 100 and something, there he goes Esau, like terminating his brother's channel. It's like he doesn't want him to get past 100 subscribers, though. It's like, what the fuck,
yeah,
you know?
yeah. But my treasures are already stored up in heaven. You
Yeah.
know, my works are stored up. You know,
yeah,
even though
yep.
he
And that's
tried to put them down.
and that's why
Yeah.
you know the movie Tron came out because that the master control he could see all the videos of everybody posted up on whatever platform. Even though they take them down, they're not down. They're still in the whatever the matrix or the
Still in the
metaverse.
cloud.
Oh, okay, the
They're
server.
still
Still in
in
the
there.
cloud.
They're on a server. Somebody
Server,
downloaded
yeah.
them. Somebody saved them for whatever purpose. But not only that, the angels recorded them.
Yeah. Reported to the Most High, yeah.
I
That's
got a
right.
precept. I got a precept, and so we're talking about
The scriptures
you know,
talk about famine of the word, right?
yeah. I got
Yeah.
First Peter 3:12. I'm gonna read it in the NLT. The eyes of the Lord watch over those who do right, and his ears are open to their prayers. But the Lord turns his face against those who do evil. Oh shit!
Yeah. That's right. And those eyes are the angels, man.
You know, the,
Those
the,
eyes are the angels, man.
the angels campeth around them that fear him, that
Yeah.
fear, you know. So he can't stop because I'm still going. You know, even
Yeah.
I still
But
got
we,
the
oh, like,
same name. I still got the same name. Uh, same image. You know,
but we know that the what comes with the territory that we know that our channels could be just terminated though, so it's not unexpected, but we know, like it could come with it, so it's nothing new, like we said, Jacob's troubles there. We're gonna go through a lot of stuff, man. But why not go through a lot of stuff righteously instead of being wicked out here,
that's right.
Yeah. Right now, I'm
you know?
watching the news and on YouTube, and it's saying that the United States tried to buy Greenland 3 times,
Mm,
and with money, and now they're like, "Man, we need this place right here," so they're just gonna try to take it.
yeah.
Damn.
And
Green.
Greenland, I believe Greenland, it's above to the right of Canada,
Yep.
right?
And
Oh, it's like
I was gonna say they didn't name it Greenland for nothing.
Yeah. There's
You know,
nothing green on it. It's fucking a bunch of ice. And then Iceland, there's no ice on it. It's green. See these fucking. I don't get these motherfuckers, man. What the fuck? But the thing is, it must. We don't know why he wants it. Something must be there.
because
and
like
oh,
green. I was gonna say green like gold. Um, when something is green, that means it's fresh.
it's
It's
good.
it's like gold. Because I was watching the movie The Outsiders. Have you seen it? The old ass movie
The
Outsiders.
80s, though. Yeah, about those kids, I believe, right?
Yeah, because
Mm,
um, he was saying to stay gold, meaning
Precious.
uh, saying that gold is like green. because when you're green, you're like you're like new.
Okay,
You know,
okay. Fresh. Which fresh means new, fresh,
so
refresh, new.
so that's why they want Greenland because it has something good there.
Yeah, yeah,
Iceland. You remember Iceland and Greenland and Iceland. So he's gonna take Greenland and Iceland, and then when's he gonna stop? That's why this thing is so important. Like if he takes Iceland or Greenland, well, I don't even know what the hell he's trying to take, but whatever country he's
And
trying to take,
he's trying to control Iran too. You
yeah,
know,
yeah,
well, he's trying to control everybody that supports him except the state of Israel, right?
yeah,
That's
just
the
wait
most.
till Russia just wait till Russia gets in. Gets in
yeah.
deeper, gets in deeper.
Yeah, because that's why he's probably doing all those power moves because Russia's a threat to this place though, so he's trying to do as much as he can so Russia won't be so much of a threat because Greenland's up there on the north, on the right, on the east side above the Canada.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So he's probably trying to do some garrisons up there, put some garrisons up there, so keep a watch closer to Russia.
That's exactly the truth, and that makes a lot of sense because if they're going to shoot ICBM missiles that are going to go into the atmosphere and travel over Greenland, wouldn't it would be smart to be over Greenland to shoot them down, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like to be ready, pues,
To
yeah,
be
like
ready for them, to
yeah,
have that much time or that much space to get ready for them.
yeah, yeah.
I don't know. Maybe we're wrong, but
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Speaking as a man, but we know how Esau gets down.
Yeah,
A long time ago, I heard brothers they were saying how they made the borders right in Mexico, that they were making the walls. We all remember the build a wall, things like that. But they were saying it was for the immigrants, but in reality, it was for you know so the protection of America, so other countries won't mobilize through Mexico. I remember hearing this a long time ago with once I forgot what Akim were, but I remember they said that and it makes sense though. Yeah, it is true. Like why build the wall like that big and everything though, but it's for the other they're trying to invade America, these other countries though, so they won't mobilize through Mexico, because Mexico is pretty big, they could just cross the border or go through it.
yep.
So they're preparing for war.
And if you put up a wall, you can't drive through the border with your big old tanks
Yeah, yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah,
or your big old MRAPs or your you can't set up shop right there.
yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, because like in that movie, what was it called though? Is it called Red Band? When them Russians came when they were like
Red
at the
Dawn or
school?
something.
Yeah, Red Dawn. Yeah, there you go. Red Dawn. It was the Russians though. They just pulled up. They just literally pulled up though.
And in the new one, it's the Venezuelans.
Oh, is it really?
Hell yeah.
Shit. There, there you go. See, so this devil man, he's trying to prepare himself ready for these all these things that are to come though, man. But like it says, in the Bible, you can't stop prophecy though. This devil's gonna try to do his best to keep security himself though, but this devil is gonna lose miserably, you know. And we see all these prophecies coming about though, and we see him making his power moves. The DJT, Mamfu was making hella power moves though. That he's living like he's like he is a Caesar. He's a Caesar, just calling shots however he wants to.
And
You know.
part of that is because all these documents that are set up by way of the Pope, the papacy, because they were talking about the Magna Carta or some doctrine. It's a piece of paper that protects the actions. You know, they'll say like, well, I was doing it because there's an established law that all these countries agree on that says that I can. So,
Mm,
in order for them to fight against it, they would have to go against that document. So then, if they go against that document, and everything that you've done in the name of that document becomes a crime. Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay. It's
You
fucking
know?
wild, man. Yeah.
So if they're saying I can do this because of this document, then you as another country have to say, okay, I examined this document. We agreed upon it a long time ago, but you're doing this wrong. And that's why all these nations that allied with the harlot, they're gonna be like, look, motherfucker, you're fucking playing by your own rules.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
they're gonna shoot missiles. So if you place yourself closer to your allies, you can sort of defend against it better.
Mhm.
I get a precept. Second Ezra 16:9. A fire shall go forth from his wrath, and who is he that may quench it? That fire is nuclear destruction, and who is he that could t- uh, put out the fire? There's no way you could put out the fire. You know,
Yeah.
the only way is to repent from your sins and um, do the work, and Lord willing, we get saved. Mhm. And we uh, repent from your sins.
Yeah, because you said though, like, if you're sinning though, you said like if 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 you're gonna face well, not face, but like your back's gonna be turned against you because you're not doing what you're supposed to though, you know? So
You know, because you need water to put out the fire, and the water is the scriptures. You know,
Yeah, I got a precept for you.
yeah.
Revelation 17:16, and the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate, and shall eat her flesh, and burn her with fire.
Trying to eat her flesh. Mhm. Mhm.
yeah, and there's many scriptures that talks about America being burned though, because I'll get one too if you brothers have more, or because
Uh,
like it says this is Isaiah 13:9. It says, "Behold, the day of the Most High cometh, cruel, both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it." See,
all sinners. You know,
all sinners.
Yeah,
Yep,
I
destroy the
got I got
sinners
another
of
precept.
it. Mhm.
so
So
they can put on
like I was
nothing.
saying, the documents represent an agreement. So Revelation 17:13, these have one mind, and shall give their power and strength unto the beast. So they'll agree, and then they'll disagree. They'll be like, you know what? I'm gonna blow you up because there's no way that I can fight you with my army. There's no way that I can go against you with your technology. I'm just gonna have to do the extreme. Beep, and then send those missiles.
Because Russia's probably going to take over NATO. You know,
Because you gotta burn. Yeah. So,
Yeah,
how did you
you
get
don't
rid
know.
of
You
a
never know.
disease? You gotta burn it with fire.
Yeah,
Iran's going to shoot a nuke or something. You know,
yeah,
Somebody's
yeah.
gonna
Well, it
shoot
talks about the
something.
Crimeans coming
Yeah.
like a wild boar.
shit, they're
Don't
or
forget.
North Korea.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, don't forget China and North Korea.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
Shit,
Moab. What it says, Moab is Yahweh's washpot, right?
shit. Yeah,
In Psalms, in the Book of Psalms. Yeah, washpot. Would
that's
he's gonna use China.
what's going to clean the earth. You
Yeah.
know, wash pot.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll get a precept. Second Ezra 16:10. He shall cast lightnings, and who shall not fear? He shall thunder, and who shall not be afraid? You know, everybody's going to be afraid, but the only ones are the hopeful elect. You know, because we know what he's going to do. We know what it mean, what it all means. You know,
That's
but
right.
but when these people, when they see it happening, they're going to be so afraid. You know.
Yeah, when we talk about the Book of Wisdom of Solomon, the people are gonna be in derision when we see the elect beamed up, though.
Hmm?
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep going. It says Second Ezra 16:11. Yahweh Shai shall threaten, and who shall not be utterly beaten to powder at his presence. They're gonna be beaten to powder, to dust. You know.
I got a precept. Um, this is Psalm 60:8. Moab is my washpot. Over Edom will I cast out my shoe. Philistia, triumph thou because of me. So, the technology.
Mhm. Yeah.
Moab's gonna have a little bit more superior technology, and they're doing it fast because it was not even 110 years ago where they weren't even fucking a threat to anybody.
Yeah, they're like farmers, right? There's a country known as farmers, right?
Hmm.
Yeah. Well, that goes into is it the Joao, the plows, we plowing their how's it is it Joao the third chapter when it talks about that,
Yeah.
they're gonna be in their hook. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hmm. See these countries that you would never thought though, hey, they're gonna be, they're up there in technology and war, man.
They're the ones that make the rockets. Most of the rockets that they got more trash in the atmosphere of old ass technology, and you know how they do it? They'll go up into space, not space, but you know what I'm saying, atmosphere, and they'll see one of the Esau's old technology satellites that doesn't work, and they'll capture it, take it apart, see how it works, learn about it, and then they'll be like, "Yeah, we got this new technology."
Yeah.
Remember, Iran did that with one of those drones that they caught from Esau, spying on them, shot it down, took down the technology, and since they can't reproduce anything in a major scale, they probably sold it to China. And China was like, okay, we're gonna work with this. And then that's the way they do it, and then they advance so fucking much. It's like Esau's just giving it away, basically.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah, right. So any of your brothers got is that was that it, bro?
Yeah.
Any of your brothers got more precepts or
I got one more.
Mhm.
This is Micah 6:5. O my people, remember now what Balak, king of Moab, consulted. And remember, he said, "Can we curse these people?" And what Balaam, the son of Beor, answered him from Shittim unto Gilgal. He said, "No, the Lord already cursed them, and He's going to set them above all of us. These people are destined to be our rulers, that ye may know the righteousness of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai."
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. And I get this last one too. Second Ezra 16:13. For strong is the right hand that bendeth the bow. His arrows that he shooteth
Yeah,
are
there you go.
sure and shall not miss when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world. And
Man, just as you were talking about that, they're showing a bunch of technology on the news about Esau, and that's amazing.
damn, see that?
Yeah, because I
So
believe too.
those
Oh, sorry.
missiles already, all the arrows already. So like,
Hmm.
Yeah, because in the book of God, can I just get this last one real quick too?
how-
Is Joel 2:7 it says, "They shall run like mighty men, they shall climb the wall like men of war, and they shall march every one of his ways, and they shall not break their ranks." So those missiles ain't gonna they're gonna hit where they're gonna hit. And just press,
dang,
so it says, and they shall not break their ranks. So wherever they're gonna X marks the spot, that's where they're gonna hit.
Yeah. And remember, China said that they have that new missile that has about so many nuclear warheads and then a hydrogen atom or a hydrogen bomb or
Oh yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
So,
Uh, yeah.
crazy.
so if you thought the bomb in Nagasaki, whatever, was big,
Or some, yeah, yeah.
they got things that are 20 times. 100 times, bigger than that.
Oh yeah, and that's one thing
Like
too. You think
back
Japan?
there.
You think the people in Japan forgot about that? That Esau did that to them? You don't think they want to come back?
Yeah, yep.
You know, you can't forget about that. You know, the Ammonites. You know, the Ammonites haven't forgot about that. You know, they probably still got families that they're still fucking fucked up from the radiation from that.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of things that Esau did to all kinds of people, all kinds of nations. He's
Hmm.
gonna have to answer to them.
Yeah.
Damn.
So can't forget about the Ammonites either, though. They haven't forgot about what they did to them. Mm.
No, they have records too. They know who did it. They know who created the weapons. They know what the survivors of that family is. They know who benefits from it.
That's crazy. And the pilot that dropped that dropped it, he said, "Oh, I was just doing my job." He's an Edomite, you know. He was just like, "Well, at that time, I was just doing my job." No remorse though, you know.
Damn.
You can even look that up though. You know, I forgot dude's name though, but he was an Edomite, and he said, "Hey, he was just doing his job."
Huh. Yep.
Fucking yeah, man. Killed I don't know how many people though, but you know, but I mean, it is what it is. But you know, dude, ain't show no remorse.
That's how you know he's a devil.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
right.
Uh,
So you good with that?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
If any brothers got anything else, you guys close out. Brothers want to close out.
Probably a good lesson.
Uh, So with that, you know, hopefully the sit down was edifying. We want to give all praises and glory to
Yeah,
Yahweh,
Yahweh, Bashim,
Bashim,
Ashai, Bashim,
Bashai,
Bashim.
Bashim, Kadash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Truth we learned this truth from, and peace and salutations, the elect out there that scattered. So with that, we want to say shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom. Shalom.
Shalom.